buenos dias, chomriapsur, assalamu alaikum. And to my seniors, of course, te amo. Congratulations. And I miss you guys. Last few days of Ramadan are in the air. A lot of moonless nights. The moon sets almost with the sun. So if you're wondering why you don't see a moon out, it's out during the day, and right now with the really thin crescent moon. Tomorrow, I think, will be the new moon. Saturday will be the next crescent, and that will be the end of Ramadan. And if you don't know anything about Ramadan, not that I'm here to preach, because I know very little, but it is worth knowing that during these days, it's not only a time of sacrifice, but it's a time of empathy. A time where you care about your neighbors, your friends, and your family, and it's a time of charity. And I think it's maybe today or tomorrow, one of these days is where you'll actually, part of the ritual and tradition is that you go out and you give to those who are in need. This story is about the best I can do for you guys, though, if you are in need. When we last left Nur-ed-Din and Enis-el-Jelis from the 1001 Nights, of course, Nur-ed-Din was having the crap beaten out of him for 40 days, but he really wasn't. His jailer actually kind of took care of him because, if you remember, Nur-ed-Din was well liked by the people of Basra. But the Sultan, who he was supposed to replace, and El-Moin, the son of Sawi, the bad guy, they don't know that he's generally been taken care of, even though he is in jail. And so we begin. Thus he continued to do for 40 days, and on the 41st day there came a present from the Khalifa, and when the Sultan saw it, it pleased him, and he conferred with the viziers upon the subject. But one said, "Perhaps this present was designed for the new Sultan." Upon this, the vizier El-Moin, the son of Sawi, remarked, "It were proper to have him slain on his arrival." And the Sultan exclaimed, "Now thou hast reminded me of him. Go down and bring him, and I will strike off his head." The vizier replied, "I hear and obey," and arose, saying, "I desire to proclaim throughout the city, he who wisheth to witness the decapitation of Nur-ed-Din, the son of El-Fadl, the son of Kakan, let him come to the place, so that all the people may come to behold it, and I may gratify my heart and mortify my enviers." The Sultan said, "Do what thou wilt." So the vizier descended, full of joy and happiness, and went to the wali and ordered him to make this proclamation. And when the people heard the crier, they all grieved and wept, even the boys in the schools and the tradesmen in their shops. And numbers of the people strove together to take for themselves places where they might behold the spectacle, while others repaired to the prison to accompany him thence. The vizier went forth, attended by 10 Memluks, to the prison, and Kutait, the jailer, said to him, "What dost thou desire, O our lord the vizier?" "Bring forth to me," said the vizier, this young wretch." The jailer replied, "He is in a most miserable state from the excessive beating that I have inflicted upon him." And he entered, and found him reciting some verses, commencing thus. Here again we have poetry. "Who is there to aid me in my affliction? For my pain hath become intense, and my remedy is scarce procurable." And the jailer pulled off from him his clean clothes, and having clad him in 2 dirty garments, brought him out to the vizier. So they're trying to fool the vizier into thinking that he'd been beaten and treated poorly, so they had to throw some dirty clothes on him. Nur-ed-Din then looked at him and saw that he was his enemy who had incessantly desired his destruction. And when he beheld him, he wept and said to him, "Art thou secure from misfortune, Hast thou not heard the saying of the poet? They made use of their power, and used it tyrannically, and soon it became as though it never had existed. O Wazir, know that God, whose perfection he extolled, and whose name be exalted, is the doer of whatsoever he willeth. O Ali, replied the Wazir, wouldst thou frighten me by these words? I am now going to strike off thy head, in spite of the people of Basra, and I will pay no regard to thy counsel, but I will rather attend to the saying of the poet, let fortune do whatever it willeth, and bear with cheerful mind the effects of fate. How excellent also is the saying of another poet, he who liveth after his enemy a single day hath attained his desire. Dark words indeed. And tonight, a shorter reading. We will stop there. And tomorrow night will be our final reading of Fairy Tale Friday. Te amo. Vaya con Dios.